And now, it's one part of the future.
Tonight, it's a historic broadcast of King 5's Evening Magazine in high-definition television. Alaska, like you've never seen it before.
Hey, when we come back, we're going to take you to Homer. You'll meet the bird lady of Homer, who has eagles for lunch. Right after this. Welcome back, everyone. We move now to Benjamin Island. We're about 15 miles north of Juneau. We have stumbled upon a whole bunch of sea lions. Now, sea lions, by their very nature, want nothing to do with human beings. Even though we are taking their picture on high-definition television, they don't seem very cooperative. You know, speaking of high-definition television, luckily this is not high-definition smell-o-vision, or you'd be fumigating the house right now. We are, unfortunately, downwind of them. They'll stay here till about June, and then their mating season will begin. Right now, this is sort of their dating season. They're just kind of hanging out, getting to know one another, biting on each other's ears. Wow, what a smell. Several hundred miles west of us, there is a whole flock of eagles that do want to spend some time with us. In fact, they want to have lunch with us and a little old lady from Homer.
On the end of Homer Spit in southern Alaska, our country's most majestic bird cries for a handout from the woman known as the Eagle Lady.
Yep, that's all the kids. Oh, there's probably 150 sitting right around here. But they'll just kind of sit around there and wait for me to bring the food over to them.
Every day during the winter, Gene Keene makes a morning trip to the neighborhood fish factory to get a crate full of cod.
And yeah, it's the heads and guts when they butcher the fish out. It's the heads and guts from the fish.
To the bald eagle, it's a feast, and quite possibly a life-saving meal.
I'm going to throw them all out to the birds, and you'll see them come in and swoop down to pick them up.
For the past 20 years, this has been Gene's wintertime ritual, feeding the powerful symbol of our nation like a common pigeon.
When I lived back in Minnesota, I fed a lot of birds, but they weren't eagles. And so when I came here, I didn't want to see stuff go to waste, and there's a couple of seagulls and probably a couple of eagles sitting around. I threw some scraps out, and that's how it all started, just gradually built up. Now it takes between 60 and 80,000 pounds for the winter feeding. This is not a job for the faint-hearted. If the wind is blowing the wrong way, I can get a face full of slime and juice and all that stuff, so.
When Gene's done tossing out the cod heads, she moves to the courtyard of her trailer home to serve a second helping of fish.
It's just a lot of satisfaction, you know, to throw it out, and sometimes they'll grab it in the air and sometimes off the ground, and sometimes they get into squabbles and I have to scold them.
Even though Gene considers these birds to be part of her family, she always keeps her distance, and she never feeds them by hand.
Oh, no, never. No, never.
Plus, Gene would never think of abandoning her eagles on a nasty day like today.
I fed them in 40 below zero wind chill and 20 below zero wind chill a lot this winter. And that's when they need it the most, is when it's so cold. Well, I couldn't lay in a nice warm bed and have these hungry kids out here. That wouldn't be nice. A lot of people can do that. They go to bed with a full tummy and a nice warm bed. They don't care what's outside, what's going on out there, you know, hungry or hurt or whatever. But yeah, I know my conscience wouldn't let me do that.
When the weather finally quiets down and spring shows up, Gene will watch her eagles fly away to nest, and then wait for them to return next winter.
It takes a while to get used to not having them around when I quit feeding. But then I know that, you know, that's good for them to get out on their own.
Jean also rescues injured eagles that she finds there at the Homer Spit, and she takes them to the Raptor Center where they fix them up and let them go. Don't go away. We're going in search of even more wildlife. We'll show you Alaska like you've never seen it before.